Liberal Democrat amendment, Councillor Bishop, I can't help being a bloke. That's unfortunate by biological right of birth, so unfortunately I can't quite help that. But to be more serious, I understand what you're saying, that survivors do feel drowned out, but that shouldn't prevent people from speaking on matters such as this, because...
Councillor Quigg, he's a bloke, Ellen Bishop. He's definitely really a bloke. But what he says there is that because he's a man, doesn't mean he shouldn't speak out against these issues. This kind of issue has affected families, it's affected mums, it's affected sons and daughters, and it's affected fathers. So yeah, he's in all his right to speak out as a serving councillor on this particular issue, which is a national disgrace. Well done, Lewis.
Because if it was left to that, we wouldn't be discussing it at all. Because this chamber was all too ready not to discuss it, and it should have dealt with this matter back in 2019 when it had the opportunity to do so, not in 2025. So in that regard, we are unfortunately where we are. But in terms of the amendment, and why I respect the additions to the amendment, I do have problems with quotes from Hansard being amended to say things that the person, or persons in this case, the Shadow Home Secretary and the Home Secretary, have said or not said. They said this at the dispatch box in the mother of all parliaments, an opportunity where many people in other countries, in other towns and other cities have not had the opportunity to do so. And we discuss things in chambers and debating chambers, no matter how uncomfortable they may be, but they are factual. These things happened. We have been too squeamish in not being forthright with the public.
Too squeamish. Well, I would say too politically correct. What you should have said there, Lewis, is we've been too squeamish for not wanting to upset minority communities. That's what you should have said there. But well done. Keep it up.
We have had survivors ignored, whistleblowers ignored, members of the public ignored, decent public servants ignored. This is why we are where we are. And I'm sorry, but to start mending things within the amendment in such a way that takes away from it, I struggle on that part, because to me it could have added and done more in the same vein that the Oldham Group's amendment has done. It's completely added to it and strengthened it, I would say. But this amendment hasn't strengthened it, as much as there are valid points in it. And I'm sorry to say, it does give me great concern when we are essentially knowingly changing what people have said and presenting them as some sort of alternative fact. So on that, Mr. Mayor, I'll conclude my remarks.